one I'm sure will chime in online and say, tell me what they think of my hosting skills. But really thought about Probst and Kogan and what they bring to their awesome shows. And I really try to channel those two dudes, and so does my wife. We're big fans.
Did you get any specific advice from Jeff Probst? I mean, it's in the CBS family. Did you reach out and say, hey?
I never reached out to Jeff Probst. And I didn't get specific advice from Phil Kogan. I did get to watch Phil Kogan work and host. And I mean, I hope I'm not getting in trouble for giving away his secrets, but he's so loose and so present, and he doesn't use like headphones. I use a headphone when I'm on the Real Love boat because I was like nervous about like what I was going to say. And Phil Kogan has been doing it infinitely longer than I have, but he was just so loose and in the moment and able to say and tell everybody, direct everybody, and be a cheerleader and be a coach and be a rules giver and do it all. I really I learned a tremendous amount watching Phil Kogan, a tremendous amount.
Wow. Well, listen, as far as reality TV, you turn to these people, you live in Calabasas, you're in Kardashian land, you're friends with Andy Cohen. You're like pointing to.
This is Calabasas.
Gorgeous.
A little bit of a heat wave now.
Yeah, it looks a lot hotter. I'm in the Hamptons, so it's a little cooler here. But, you are, anyone that listens to this show that follows you knows that you are such a reality TV fan. You're such a huge Bravo fan. What are you thinking of? I mean, let's talk Housewives for a few minutes. What do you think of, talk to me about Beverly Hills Housewives, because we have a lot of Housewife fans listening this season.
I mean, it seems to just be all about Erica Jayne these days, and it's really, it's crazy because, I mean, it's almost like, it's almost like the pandemic in the sense that like there was life before the pandemic and life after the pandemic. And with Erica Jayne, it was like Erica Jayne before the Tom Girardi scandal and then after the Tom Girardi scandal. And I think all of us, and when I say all of us, I mean all Beverly Hills fans, are still in like a state of disbelief. I mean, it's almost like a post and pre-pandemic thought, I mean, when you think about your life pre-pandemic, you're like, wow, that was 2019. That was December 2019. That was February 2020. I remember that. I mean, it's crazy. And I think with Erica Jayne, it really is like, wow, that was before all the Tom Girardi stuff. That was before all the Tom Girardi stuff. So I think I'm still processing everything. I'm amazed at, I personally am amazed at the defiance coming from Erica Jayne. It's the continual defiance. But listen, now that said, that's why we all fell in love with Erica Jayne in the first place, is her abject defiance to everything. But I think in this case, I think we should only be hearing about the victims. I think that's the only thing that should be talked. I think that should be everyone's concern, Erica Jayne included, is the victims.
Yes, I would agree with that. What about Lisa Rinna? People are saying, look, we have New York without Bethany. We have Atlanta without Nene. Lisa will go down, I think, in history as one of the best of all time. But
best of all time. Don't you ever talk about Harry.
Right? Like, but people are saying, it's time. It's time for Lisa to just move on. Do you agree with this sentiment?
No. I think Lisa. I think Lisa should always be attached to all the housewives. I was at Andy Cohen's baby shower, and I saw in person firsthand Lisa Rinna's performance there. Performance. And you know,
It was
Lisa should always be a part of part of uh part of all Housewives franchises.
what are your thoughts if, Andy called you and pulled you and Rebecca aside? I'm sure, I mean, has this ever been floated by you that, Rebecca Romaine would be a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills?
I'll tell you honestly, my wife is not ready, and I don't know if my wife will ever be ready. My wife is um much more private than I am. I'm ready to go. I've been training for this my whole life. Uh, I'm ready to um, take the hot uh, house husband title from Mauricio. I'm ready to do it. I've been working on my tan. Um, I'm ready to go. It's funny. I've thought about being a part of. I did get invited to. We did get invited to Denise Richards' wedding, which was exciting because we got to watch the show happen, and we saw clusters of conversations and possibly differences happening, and it was really exciting for us. It was enthralling in fact, and my wife really bonded with Lisa Vanderpump at that wedding. Um, they have a texting relationship with emojis, bitmojis, and everything, and it's super exciting. Um, I would love to be a part of the franchise. It's really my wife that you should talk to. I don't need convincing. It's my wife that needs convincing. Um, there are other questions too with our kids because um, we have two children, and I know we have one daughter who would love for cameras to be around the house, but we have another daughter who's a little more shy, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure it would be fair to my one kid who's a little shyer than my other kid. Um, um, it's funny because when you are in a Housewives franchise